Shut up and sit down.
Good morning. It's coming up on 6 a.m. It appears I'm the only person up at this huge KOA where I camped out last night. I'm about to pack up my camp and hit the road for day 3 of my Gap adventure for Stop Soldier Suicide. Anyway, I'm going to set you down and pack up my camp and get on the road. I was planning on up and out on 5:30, have the camp packed up and gone by 6, but it didn't work out that way. I was out of bed a little after 6. I moseyed down to the bathroom. I came back up, just kind of took it slowly, but I got everything packed up. But I am on the road, and I will see you guys out there. For the most part, the trail doesn't really go through anywhere except, you know, trees and waterways and fields and, you know, railroad tracks nearby or highways. But every once in a while you go through a town. This is one of the nicer areas. I went through another city a while back where you actually go through the city, not just right beside it. And that one, I don't remember the name of it, but it was an old steel town that had gotten left behind, and it was scary. I just pedaled through it as fast as I could. There were people yelling at me, and one lady that looked like she was on crack yelled at me and just started running at me. Luckily, she was like a block and a half away, so I just kind of pedaled on. Oh, this is Collinsville, by the way. Collinsville, Pennsylvania. Cities of the United States, take notice. This is how every bike lane should be. There's a road for cars, and here is a bike lane. It is nice, smooth, paved. People cannot cross over to park and block it. There are no grates to fall into. It is completely separate and safe, and wide enough for multiple cyclists. If you are just painting a bike in a regular car lane, then you are not doing your job creating safe bike lanes. Yes, I drive a car. Yes, I like driving a car. Yes, I believe our nation is built on cars. But you have to be a fool to believe that everyone riding a car all the time is sustainable. We have to have a bicycle infrastructure. We have to have separate lanes so that people feel safe riding bikes year-round, just like in Europe. So one thing I've noticed, and it seems to hold true on every trail I've ever been on, early in the morning, best time to ride. You know, you get out early, the air is cool, a little moist, dew on the ground, sound wafts from far away, and it's just really nice and peaceful, and there's very few people on it. Every once in a while you'll run into another long distance rider like yourself, or a local early birder out for some exercise, either riding a bike, walking, or jogging. Typically they're either really old or they're on a high school track team or something like that. Typically I've noticed around 9:30, 10 a.m. that's when everyone else kind of starts filtering in, and the trails start getting busy. And they tend to stay busy, unless it's a really hot day, until around 7:30 at night. I mean, it ebbs and flows, but it never gets anything like it gets between around 4 a.m. and 9:30. It's just really nice that time. Right now it's just perfect. The only people I've ran into, a couple of other long distance people, and a couple of old people out for morning exercise. I'm loving it. It's beautiful out here. And it's actually a pretty urban area. You can hear trains and factories, but you wouldn't know it if you couldn't hear it. You'd think you were out in the middle of nowhere. Well, this is certainly going to be fun.
Little town tomcat, stay close to me, 'cause there are clouds on the horizon and a chill on the breeze. We're alone here, but don't you be scared. I've got a calloused hand, a farmer's tan, and I'm happy to share. You and I will both get by. Just promise you won't stray. All that I need is some dirt and a seed, and I will feed you till the summer blows away. Little tomcat, don't be afraid when there's a stirring in the meadow or a noise in the shade. I'll defend you and lead you from harm. If you should find yourself in peril, I will guard you in my arms.
This is probably the most photographed mile marker on here. Oh, there's messages. Little Matt plus Hot Bob, Cumberland to Pittsburgh, 520, no awe, whatever that means. The lady just passed by and said there's a tree down up ahead. Hopefully it's not worse than the last one that I had to carry the trike over, but we'll see. She said it's passable, but I don't know. It's these kind of challenges that make these bike trips interesting. Otherwise it would just be all these really boring views of nature and deer crossing the road and beautiful waterfalls and, you know, boring stuff like that. Looks like we're coming up on the tree that she was talking about. Oh. Yeah, this isn't going to be a problem. I can just ride right through this. It's more than enough space, I do believe. Not a problem. Coming up on a bridge and tunnel setup. Might be interesting. So my bike is broken down in the middle of nowhere. I think I'm about 5 miles from the closest town. And so the airlines did quite a bit of damage. I'm pretty sure they removed the wheel at some point, and they damaged this. I mean, look at this. I'm not sure how they did that, but they did a lot of other damage to it too. I figured it was safe to ride. I saw a lot of like cosmetic damage and damage that I could account for and adjust, like different things that were bent. But geez, this, and I knew the derailleur was a little bent, a brand new derailleur, but I had it shifting. But now it just slodges. I have to just force it forward. And if you try to pedal backwards, the chain clogs up. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to put it together and just kind of walk in front of it and pull it to the closest town. Hope there's a bike shop. Hey guys, so day 3 is in the books. I went a little over 51 miles. It would have been a lot further, but I was having trouble with my bikes. I was actually hoping to make today a century, and that didn't happen. I am in Rockwood, Pennsylvania. I am at a guest house. The name of the place is Husky Haven Campgrounds and Guest House. The campgrounds were actually kind of nice. They are actually over on the other side of the railroad and river. Over there, right off the cycle path. And then to get here, you have to go back along the cycle path, cross over, and then come down the street, and you get to this place, which the basement is the office and I guess storage. And outside there's another building that has bathrooms and showers for the campers, and a nice little place for me to store the purple turtle safely. It's locked up against the railing. I thought about staying at the campgrounds. It would have been a little bit cheaper, but because I had somewhat of a rough day, I wanted to treat myself a little with you know, my own private shower and air conditioning and, you know, a bed. So, and not having to go through the process of inflating my bed, putting up a tent, taking down my tent, you know, rolling at my bed, all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I kind of enjoy doing that, but, you know. Anyway, let me show you around this place, okay? This is a kitchen, nice sized kitchen. There are actually a couple of beers in there. If I was a drinking man, I might actually have one, but I'm not. There's plenty of dishes and whatnot if I needed them. Dining room. Here's the living room with an old tube-style radio and a really cool Victrola. Got even an old-fashioned television. Big is playing. There's 3 bedrooms. Oh, that one's locked. That one's locked. This is the one I'll be staying in. And the bathroom with my own shower and toilet that I don't have to share with anybody. All of this for only $55 a night. I've paid much more for much worse and much less in the past, unfortunately. So I'm going to dig out my wash bag. I'm going to wash some of my clothes. Then I'm going to grab a shower and go to bed. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And as always, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.